Just an FYI, I looked up on what the world would look like if AI replaced human. Why do words escape me? Oh, fuck. Human production, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I hate that I can't think of words. If human workforce. Workforce. Is that really even that hard? My God. Anyway, in 100 years, we'd live in a wasteland. It is not it is not possible to sustain that level of production, sustain that production, what's the word? Not production. That use, that's not the word, use of not biological. God, flippin' A. This is why I can't talk. The use of like gas and stuff. What is that called? Anyways, it is not sustainable. The amount of electricity AI would require to replace the workforce. Not sustainable. When they say we have an indefinite, and this is not talking about if we had no protections in place of environmental elements, but that's not the word I'm looking for, but my brain doesn't want to work. If we had nothing in place to protect that stuff that the word won't come to my head, and AI infrastructure was in place, like the buildings, the data centers were throughout all the Midwest. Let's say there's nothing stopping corporations from creating data centers and using valuable resources or whatever, resources like gas that I can't think of the word because my brain is ridiculous and irritating. We would run out of all that in 125 years. We have reserve for 15 to 25 years. That's without accessing all the natural gas that is in all the chef or whatever the heck it's called. If we did that, we would live in a wasteland. So just understand that hopefully we don't live in a world where people are that insane, but it is not possible to sustain this earth and have AI. So people that are terrified with AI replacing all jobs, the infrastructure, first of all, is not in place. They have to build massive data centers. Also, there's a lot of money in building massive data centers in rural areas, which I wonder will if that will have a positive effect on the election, because people may find out that the representatives they voted for are only interested in money. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. It is not possible, and we need to do everything we can to prevent it, because the world would essentially end because there is not enough electricity, water, or anything to support AI replacing the human workforce. Look it up if you're use AI to look it up if you like. I do, but that's different than spending 8 hours a day AI doing a human job. Everything in moderation. AI has its place in moderation because it has to be sustainable, and it should only be used when necessary. Please stop using it to create images. That requires massive massive amounts of electricity, just so you're aware. It doesn't come out of nowhere. It's not magic. Nothing in the world is magic. There's a cost to every single thing we do. Anyway, that's my talk. Enjoy my forgetting of words that is super irritating, but it is what it is. Hopefully you understood what I said anyway. Thanks. Bye. Have a good night.